This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to our daily roundup. We have a packed show today, covering major music announcements, celebrity health updates, and some significant legal wins in Hollywood. Let's get right into the headlines.
Madonna, Shakira, and BTS headline the 2026 World Cup.
Fans express concern over Jack Osbourne's recent physical transformation.
Kylie Jenner reveals the secret to her long-term relationship.
Mauricio Umansky calls out Lala Kent over alleged DMs.
Paris Jackson wins a major legal battle over estate.
New book claims royal brothers clashed long before Meghan.
Taylor Swift steps out in New York in bridal white.
Princess Kate uses Italy trip to test royal duties.
First, the World Cup news. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is already generating massive buzz with the announcement of its first-ever final halftime show headliners. Madonna, Shakira, and BTS are set to take the stage at MetLife Stadium, which will be temporarily renamed the New York-New Jersey Stadium for the tournament. This star-studded lineup was revealed in a unique social media video featuring Coldplay's Chris Martin alongside beloved characters like Elmo, Miss Piggy, and Kermit the Frog. Chris Martin is actually curating the show, which is being produced by Global Citizen. It's a huge moment for the tournament, especially since it's the first time the World Cup final will feature a halftime performance of this scale. The event is scheduled for July 19, 2026, and it's expected to draw a global audience of millions.
This initiative isn't just about entertainment. It has a philanthropic core. The performance will raise funds for the FIFA Global Citizen Education Fund, aiming to improve access to quality education and football for children globally. This follows a successful trial of the concept at the Club World Cup, where artists like J Balvin and Doja Cat performed under Martin's curation. The 2026 tournament itself is a massive undertaking, jointly hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico starting June 11. It marks 32 years since the US last hosted, and the scale has clearly grown. With Fox and Telemundo broadcasting the matches, the addition of global icons like Madonna and BTS ensures that even non-sports fans will be tuning in for the final. It's a clever blend of sports, music, and social impact.
Next up, Jack Osbourne. Jack Osbourne has recently sparked significant concern among his followers after posting new photos on Instagram. The youngest son of Sharon and the late Ozzy Osbourne appeared in a Mother's Day tribute alongside his mother and his fiancée, Ari Gerhardt. While the post was intended to be a sweet celebration of the women in his life, fans quickly pivoted to commenting on his physical appearance. Many described him as looking unrecognizable and expressed worry that he appeared unwell or significantly older than his years. Jack was seen wearing a casual blue sweatshirt and jeans, but it was his noticeable weight loss that drew the most attention. Comments flooded in with people asking if he was okay and noting that he looked quite thin, leading to a wave of speculation about his health status.
The conversation in the comments section quickly turned toward the potential use of weight loss medications, specifically Ozempic. This speculation is fueled by the fact that his mother, Sharon Osbourne, has been very open about her own use of the drug and the dramatic weight loss she experienced. Some fans even commented that the family seemed to be a walking advertisement for the medication. Interestingly, Jack has previously gone on record saying he wasn't a fan of his mother using the drug, arguing that she didn't need it. However, seeing his own transformation has led many to wonder if he followed a similar path. While Jack hasn't confirmed any medication use, the drastic change in his silhouette, especially coming nearly a year after his father's passing, has left his fan base deeply concerned about his overall well-being.
Now to Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet seem to have found their rhythm after a period of significant uncertainty. Sources are now revealing that the couple is more solid than ever, but it took some serious boundary setting to get there. Apparently, late last year, the relationship was on the verge of collapse because Kylie was reportedly making Timothée feel claustrophobic. He is someone who values his personal space, and Kylie's desire to be around him constantly was creating friction. It wasn't until Timothée was honest about his needs that things began to improve. Kylie reportedly took the feedback to heart and has since learned to let him do his own thing. This shift has supposedly eliminated the trust and jealousy issues that were previously plaguing them, allowing their 3-year relationship to finally flourish in a healthy way.
The details suggest that Kylie's initial insecurity stemmed from the time Timothy spent away on film sets. She used to struggle with the distance, but they've now established a routine of talking every day and night when he's working. This consistent communication has helped her feel like she is the number one priority in his life, even when they aren't physically together. She has also come to accept that he has friends and interests that don't always involve her, which was a major hurdle early on. Their recent public appearance at a New York Knicks game, filled with PDA, seems to confirm that they've moved past the shaky grounds of last year. It's a classic case of a couple learning to balance intimacy with independence, and for now, it seems the secret formula is working perfectly for them.
Moving to Mauricio Umansky. Mauricio Umansky is firing back at Lala Kent after she claimed he slid into her DMs following his split from Kyle Richards. On her podcast, Lala suggested that Mauricio reached out to her to grab coffee, implying it might have been a romantic overture or a damage control move. She claimed she never even opened the message, yet somehow knew the contents. Mauricio, however, is calling her a fucking liar. He spoke to photographers recently, admitting he did message her, but only because she was talking stat about him on her show. He says his message was a direct confrontation, telling her that if she wanted to talk about him, he would talk to her directly. He's clearly frustrated by her narrative and is even threatening to post the receipts on Instagram to prove his version of events.
The most damning part of Mauricio's rebuttal is his point about the coffee invitation. He claims the offer to meet for coffee was at the very end of a very long text message. His logic is simple. If Lala never opened the text, as she claimed on her podcast, there is no way she could have known about the coffee invite. He's essentially accusing her of lying about not reading the message to make the interaction seem more one-sided or mysterious than it actually was. While he says he doesn't want to engage in a public feud, he seems genuinely annoyed by the misrepresentation. Lala hasn't responded to his liar comments yet, but given her history on Vanderpump Rules, it's unlikely she'll let this slide without a rebuttal on her next podcast episode. The drama continues.
Next, Paris Jackson's win. Paris Jackson has secured a significant legal victory in her ongoing battle over her father Michael Jackson's estate. She had challenged the estate's executors, John Branca and John McClane, over six-figure bonus payments made to third-party law firms without court approval. Paris argued that these payments were essentially gift-giving and suggested a lack of oversight was allowing lawyers to skim money from the estate. A judge in Los Angeles has now ruled in her favor, ordering that $625,000 in unauthorized bonuses be paid back to the estate. While the judge acknowledged that the executors have done a great job building generational wealth for Michael's children, the ruling emphasized that legal fees and bonuses must follow proper approval channels. It's a major win for Paris, who has been pushing for more transparency and fiscal accountability within the estate's management.
The executors released a statement following the ruling, noting that while they disagree with the decision, they respect the court's authority. They pointed out that previous bonuses had been approved without issue, and that they've always required counsel to agree to return funds if the court didn't sign off. On the other side, a spokesperson for Paris called the ruling a massive win for the family. They stated that after years of delays, the Jackson family is finally getting the accountability measures Paris has been fighting for. She has consistently maintained that the estate should be a prudent and fiscally responsible entity, and this ruling validates her concerns about unauthorized expenditures. It sets a precedent for how the estate's funds are handled moving forward, ensuring that the beneficiaries have a clearer view of where the money is going.
Now, The Royal Brothers. A new book by Christopher Anderson titled Kate is shedding new light on the fractured relationship between Prince William and Prince Harry. According to Anderson, the tension between the brothers didn't start with Meghan Markle. It dates back to their early childhood. He describes a dynamic where it was made very clear to Harry that he was lesser than his older brother, which left a lasting mark on their bond. This aligns with many of the claims Harry made in his memoir Spare, where he detailed the differences in how they were treated, right down to the size and luxury of their bedrooms at Kensington Palace. Anderson suggests that the relationship was essentially doomed from the start due to this inherent hierarchy and the rivalry it fostered. The book paints a picture of a long-simmering conflict that only reached its boiling point in recent years.
The book also touches on William's alleged jealousy toward Harry. While William is the heir, Anderson suggests he was often irritated by Harry's independent successes, like the Invictus Games. There's a sense that William struggled with the fact that Harry wasn't envious of his royal path, as Harry had no desire for the traditional structured life William and Kate lead. Interestingly, the book also claims that Kate Middleton was the first royal to wash her hands of Prince Andrew following his scandals, showing a more decisive side to her character. Overall, the narrative challenges the idea that the brothers were once inseparable, and that a single person caused their rift. Instead, it suggests a complex history of resentment and systemic inequality within the family that made their eventual fallout almost inevitable. It's a much darker look at the royal sibling dynamic.
Shifting to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was recently spotted out in New York City, turning heads in a stunning bridal white mini dress by Retrofit. She was dining at the popular West Village spot Via Carota with her friend Ashley Avignoni. The look was completed with Gucci heels and a Dior bag, marking what many are calling one of her best street-style moments in recent months. While the choice of white sparked some inevitable wedding speculation, there's no concrete news on when she and Travis Kelce might tie the knot. They've been busy traveling, recently attending a teammate's wedding in Greece and stopping in London for Poppy Delevingn's birthday party. Taylor seems to be enjoying her time off between tour dates, exploring different restaurants in the city rather than sticking to her usual haunts. Her fashion choices continue to be a major point of interest for fans and critics alike.
However, not all the news from her travels is positive. Reports surfaced that while in London, Taylor allegedly avoided Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie at a high-profile party. According to some sources, she had absolutely no part in being introduced to them, which some have labeled as rude. This stands in contrast to her usual public persona, but it adds another layer to the ongoing fascination with her social circles. Meanwhile, back in the States, her dinner outing shows she's still very much a fixture of the New York social scene. Whether she's dodging royals or just enjoying a meal with friends, every move she makes is under a microscope. The bridal white dress might just be a fashion choice, but in the world of Taylor Swift, fans are always looking for a deeper meaning or a hint at what's coming next.
Finally, Princess Kate's trip. Princess Kate is currently in Italy for a 2-day visit that many are calling a road test for her return to full-time royal duties. This trip is particularly significant as it's her first international engagement in some time following her health challenges. Sources say she feels energized and excited to be in a country she has loved since her gap year. The visit focuses on early childhood development, a cause she has long championed, and includes a mission to explore international approaches to supporting young children. Specifically, she is visiting Reggio Emilia, a place known for its groundbreaking educational methods. This short trip is seen as a way for her to test her stamina and readiness for more demanding tours later this year, including potential visits to the US for the World Cup and India for the Earthshot Awards.
The reception in northern Italy has been very positive, which is a welcome change from some of the more difficult royal tours in recent years. Kate's personal connection to the country seems to be helping her feel at ease as she navigates her professional responsibilities. Beyond the focus on early years, the trip is also a personal milestone for her, symbolizing her progress after her cancer diagnosis and treatment. Her message throughout has been one of positivity, emphasizing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, while Kensington Palace maintains that her primary focus remains on her health and her family. This successful road test suggests that we might see a lot more of the princess on the global stage in the coming months. It's an important step in her journey back to the front lines of royal service.
That wraps up our briefing for today. Thank you for joining us for these updates. Be sure to follow the show for your next daily briefing on the stories that matter most.